Our neighbor decided to block the main river and send everything across our land. This is where we were a year ago. The destruction was insane. We basically could have ran away from this or started to work really hard. When you start a new garden, you got to put up all the strong effort in the beginning, otherwise it's not worthwhile. We can grow nutrient-rich food here that you could never buy in any other store. The soil is that fertile, the climate is that perfect, a great place to grow your food.
What the garden is lacking or missing, and you add that, like at all expense. Adding the right materials to a garden makes all the difference in the world. Usually it means the difference between success and failure. And this garden is 1 year old. And for example, here we're changing grass into garden beds. And I'm a huge believer of actually digging the grass out and composting it, not leaving it in and putting cardboard over top. Just do the hard work, get it ready, and your results will be very interesting and very prolific. So gardening is about putting in the effort at the beginning and benefiting near the end. So the biggest problem with this garden was always the thickness of the soil, the depth of the soil. So with our horses, we've been bringing in as much soil as we can to increase the depth of the garden. Everything you put in the ground here, every single seed you put in the ground here, it starts to grow like crazy. This whole garden here is basically didn't exist a year ago, and now we're having problems keeping up with the pruning and keeping it nice and orderly. So by doing the hard work in the beginning, by putting chicken manure in and adding additional soil and cultivating, taking the grass out before we grow our beds, makes all the difference in the world. Composting everything that we get out of this land and making it work to regenerate the soil is crucial. Water, we have no problem because we have this river going through. It rains perfectly here all the time, and it's probably one of the best places in the world to grow food, and it's a huge advantage to be in southern Ecuador and not in New York City or somewhere where it's cold. So we can grow stuff 365 days a year, but we also have to make sure that the soil keeps up by having enough nutrients and the ability to provide the seeds with enough good soil and the plants with enough good energy and nutrients. So this is it. This is what we've done 1 year. Doesn't get any better than this, and we're just going to keep on going and trying to improve everything.